Hello and welcome developers, my name is Shay and this is another episode of Shay Develops. Today we're going to be talking about one of the 4 object-oriented programming principles, encapsulation. That's right, if you want to write in really well OOP standards, you're going to have to learn about how encapsulation works. Now encapsulation is basically you take a class or object, you build it out, and all the functionality that class should be able to do should be within that class itself. You shouldn't have anything outside of it being able to modify it directly. So your fields that you create should be private, not public. But then you can have methods that you can call, that you can then input data to, that will then that can then change those fields if need be. So let's go ahead. We're going to show you some examples on what to do with encapsulation. So for starters, let's go ahead and create a new class. We're going to call we'll call it student, and we're going to make a few fields here. The first one, like I said, they're going to be private and not something like public, because if you make them public, then they can be modified and accessed from outside the class, and that's something that said that we do not want. So private string name, and we'll do private int age, right? Just make it simple. Go ahead and create our constructor that we have to call whenever we want to declare and then instantiate our class as an object. And then we can have some getters and setters here as well if you want to. Let's go ahead and create some. We may not use them, but for now we're going to go ahead and create them. And then let's go through and go into our main here, and we're going to go ahead and declare a student. So let's go student. We'll name him Eric equals new student. So we're going to pass his name, Eric, and his age. He's 22. Alright, so if we didn't want encapsulation, if we didn't know about encapsulation, we could come in here and make this say like public, right? And then that would allow us to come in here and be like yeah, Eric.age equals 15, and then now we've just updated Eric's age to be 15. So we could do Eric.get age, and then now I said we declared it here as 22, but without encapsulation we just went in and changed it without having, like, within our main method, without having to send the data through, without any kind of like verification checks or anything like that. So let's go ahead and run this, and so you'll see exactly what I mean here. Boom, we just outputted his age as 15. Right, let's just go back to here. Let's make this a little bigger, and then we'll change this back to private, and then let's go back to our main. You'll notice now I can't set that just directly right there. Now I could do Eric.setAge and input 15. Get rid of that right there, and then now that would work, but that is allowing us to set it within the methods that the public methods that we provide within our class. So I could also, if it was still private, I could come down here in the main class and do public void set age within this main class, pass an int, and do Eric dot age, and set it, and just create a whole nother function that, and this isn't obviously going to work right at the moment because I have to instantiate the class and stuff, but and create a whole nother function that would allow me to modify my class. So you can kind of think of encapsulation like a capsule within, I said, like your medicine or something. All the ingredients in the medicine, just like all the ingredients within student, and by ingredients I mean your methods, your fields, your constructor classes, stuff like that, validation or whatever it is that you might have within here. They're all self-contained within the class. So everything that the class needs to know and do and whatever is right here. And that is encapsulation. Like I said, one of the first of the 4 object-oriented programming principles that you should start getting familiar with is understanding how to use encapsulation and why it's important, because it really helps to secure your classes. Like I said, we do have some public methods here that allow us access to, but nothing's changing outside of the class within the class. So it all has to be changed. You can pass the data to the class, and then the class has to make the changes. So hopefully you guys are understand that and have got something from this video. And that is going to be all for this one. I have got 3 more videos going to be coming out very shortly about the 3 other object-oriented programming principles that you guys should be familiar with. Like I said, this first one, encapsulation. We got polymorphism. We've got abstraction, and one more that I can't remember right off the top of my head, but they are all super important. So hopefully you guys stay tuned for these next videos coming out very shortly. Y'all are awesome, and hope y'all have a great day. Peace.